Hello everyone, it's the Actual Shifter here, and this is a very different kind of Forlorn Classics video. Normally I talk about the media itself, like the video games and futurely, potentially, the movies and shows, eventually. But no, this time, I'm going to be talking about lost characters from the media itself. I'm going to be talking about characters that are pretty much mostly forgotten about, or just characters that don't get talked about enough. So this time, I'm going to be giving them the attention that they deserve. And this video, as you guessed by the thumbnail, I'm going to be featuring 3 characters that I'm mostly going to be talking about today in like the full detail that I best can do. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Commander Capitalism is a superhero from the world of Image Comics, the same world behind the Spawn and the Invincible series, and many more. However, barely is known about Commander Capitalism, though his real name has been confirmed to be Phil. He does look like an Omni-Man but in an American suit, but I mean, they're different characters, so yeah, they just look very similar. Only one's the CEO of YouTube that looks like the suit from Omni-Man, and now with Commander Capitalism, it's just, you know, just the American flag with a suit. But yeah, he is a good guy in the Invincible, you know, the Image Comics, you know, multiverse and say. He did make his first appearance in the comic book issue Capes, issue 1, and he does veer pretty rarely throughout the comic book series of Capes. Capes is about, you know, superheroes and just going through the daily adventures, you know, just like the average superhero comic would when they're trying to rival DC or Marvel. But anyways, yeah, barely much is known about Commander Capitalism other than he is pretty powerful, of course, meaning that he has superhuman stamina, strength, invulnerability, speed, endurance, flight, reflexes, agility, and accelerated healing. He's also a master in hand-to-hand combat and as well as a great leader when it comes to leadership. But yeah, also Phil is obviously a parody of Superman, of course, and possesses nearly exact same powers and a public image. But he's also partially a parody of Captain America as well, due to the fact that, you know, yeah. But anyways, that's basically it when it comes to Commander Capitalism. He's a very underutilized character and he barely even appears in Capes, the series, and just the Image Comics multiverse in general. So yeah, I think we'll start to move on to much more interesting characters. That being the next 2 characters, of course, which being Merle the Robot, or the Gizoid, is from the Sonic series, and he first appeared in the game Sonic Battle, released on the Game Boy Advance, where Sonic characters basically fight each other until the very end of the game. Merle is a new character that was added into the franchise, but was eventually killed off by Sonic and destroyed by Sonic when he went haywire and tried to destroy the Earth after it was reprogrammed into the more upgraded version of Merle and more evil one that's, you know, more on Eggman's side. It really just tried to destroy the Earth on its own. But it was eventually rebuilt by Tails, of course, but it's theorized that it said that's just another fake Merle, but still. Anyways, Merle truly feels like his own character despite at first having no personality of his own, but he eventually learns to have a personality and make connections and have friends, of course. But since its main power was to copy the skills and traits of others, he would eventually carry over traits and personality patterns and behaviors of those that he mimicked. A concept exhibited by example that he would only listen to those who can demonstrate their true strength to him. And once that requirement was met, Merle would then establish a new contract with this new master and submit himself to the unwavering loyalty, proving that Merle is very loyal and very patient towards others, and he really hates making other people sad or other people just being really mad at him. And now for the gameplay that he appears in, of course being Sonic Battle, we see Emerald here fighting Chaos Zero as one of the boss fights for the game, and one of the many opponents that Emerald faces and many other Sonic characters in the game face. And as we can see, Emerald is pretty powerful despite the fact that he's being taken down, but still, he is still pretty powerful. He's actually, in fact, over 4,000 years old. Yeah, I'm not joking. Despite the fact that he looks like a fairly modern machine, he's in fact a very old and in one of the most powerful entities within the Sonic the Hedgehog game franchise in general, as the fact that the Ancient Stone tablets refer to him as a deity at full power really speaks volumes about his true power and strength. And he even absorbs the full power of the final Egg Blaster, a weapon that is fully capable of destroying the stars itself, or at least clusters of them. This proves that Emerald is pretty much a god at this point. Now, despite the fact that I said that Emerald already died and was destroyed, he actually made a reappearance in Sonic Advance 3 as pretty much being rebuilt by Dr. Eggman using Emerald's previous data, but instead it is now used for evil purposes. He still has the enhanced skills, enhanced durability and teleportation and other different abilities of the original Emerald, but he's now loyal to Eggman. However, Jamerl, as now called, eventually betrayed him at the end of the game when he went on a rampage, and after he absorbed the power of the Chaos Emeralds along with the Master Emerald itself, meaning that Sonic and Robotnik for the first time had to team up and eventually defeat Jamerl, and then was reprogrammed back to the original Emerald when he was still nice, friendly, and good, and now became a part of Cream's family, essentially. And yeah, that's really the end of Emerald's story arc, I say. He also did make another appearance in the show Sonic X, where he was a reoccurring character sometimes, but aside from that, Emerald hasn't appeared in any other Sonic media, I'm assuming, not even the racing games where many other classic Sega icons and other Sonic characters appeared in. So I guess this truly is the end of Emerald, or Jamerl as I say before, at least for now, because it is possible that Emerald could return, because in Sonic Frontiers there are mentions of Cream potentially coming back, and even Styx the Badger from Sonic Boom, who is from the Boom universe, actually being canon in the game as mentioned by Amy at the end of Sonic Frontiers. So it is potentially possible that one of those characters that could also come back would be Emerald, but time will only tell whether or not that would actually happen or not. Mama Luigi is a clone of the original Luigi. He's a former adventurer, plumber, and the husband of Daisy herself, and he actually used to appear in the series before his death in the iconic SML series Mario and Luigi's Stupid Dumb Adventures, a spin-off mainly focused on both Mario and Luigi, Stupid and Dumb Adventures. It was mostly because he was the one that detected and took down Bowser and started the whole crazy adventure. He alone was simply labeled as a clone of Mario's brother, Luigi, and compared to Luigi, but however, Mom Luigi is slightly taller and has more of a brownish hair color, and also kind of very unintelligent in general, and he's also known for pretty much brutally attacking and killing people who touched his nickel, similar to what he did with Toad, or exactly how he did with Toad in the Toad's Mistake sub-series, let's say, where Mom Luigi and Mario on some occasions joins in and brutally beats up and even murders Toads for simply touching his nickel. But however, his death was caused by an explosion during the end of Mario and Luigi's Super Dumb Adventure Season 2 when he was fighting Bowser, and his cause of death was being the explosion. But however, I guess he was revived, and even a reference in Mario and Luigi's Stupid Dumb Adventures Season 3 when Mario is traveling to the different universes and saw different versions of Mom Luigi, such as the zombie one, for example. And yeah. Now, personally, I never really loved Mom Luigi. I don't hate him in any way, it's just that I never saw him as the best SML character, in my opinion, but despite the things I said about him, I still think he's a pretty charmable character, and I think he can be generally pretty funny at times, but it's probably just not for me, in my opinion. And yeah, and speaking of which, I'm sure we've all heard about the SML getting a cease and desist by Nintendo, meaning that he can no longer use the Nintendo characters, more specifically Mario characters, in his videos anymore. So now he has to resort to the humanized puppet versions of them, which I never liked the human puppet designs. They just looked really bad. So yeah, even though Mom Luigi is forever gone at this point because Logan can't use the plush characters anymore, Mom Luigi still remains in a lot of people's hearts, especially the old SML fans' heart, because he truly was an integral part of the original classic era of SML, and even the more better eras when he was really starting to kick off and the Mom Luigi's Stupid Bum Adventures was reaching its peak. But yeah, the death of Mom Luigi truly did upset a lot of fans back then, and many people had simply loved him for his humor and personality, and many went as far as to simply unsubscribe from Logan, really, causing him to leave YouTube for a while. But yeah, was ultimately revived, but now he's gone forever due to the more recent situation I just mentioned. But despite that, Mom Luigi will always remain a lost character. And that was my coverage on some lost characters. Now, what did you think? I personally had some fun with this video. I really like looking into the backstories of these characters and know why they don't appear anymore, or at the very least, appear very less often as they would if they were more popular enough. Now, I might cover some more lost characters in the future, but I'm mostly going to be sticking to talking about the media itself and not really the characters, like movies, games, and like I said, and it says in the series description for Forlorn Classics. Now, I might do some lost characters as a sparingly thing, like I do with Homelander and Multiverse Wars, and barely really use them because I really want to branch out and focus on other characters on that other series. But, in the end, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.